Greetings, humans and other space visitors. This is Branthar, again, here as DCUO Base Master on YouTube. And we have another base tour today. You may recognize this alt of mine. His name is Titticaca. We have actually seen him last week in last week's base. But this week is Pride Week. So he is sporting one of the gifts that we got, which is the DC Pride logo, the enhanced version on his chest. And he is also sporting last year's DC Pride Unity cape, I believe. So this tune is called Titticaca. He actually came to Earth. He was a space being, a space consciousness, who ended up traveling to Earth on an asteroid. His energy ended up on the asteroid because of a accident and a specific sun. That's a totally different story. But he ended up here. The reason that he's named himself that was the first sign he saw after the explosion. He actually hit Lake Titicaca in South America. There was an explosion. The electricity with his alien consciousness actually formed with water. And this is why he is electricity, but he is also made of water. So there you go. So for Pride Week, I thought we would visit a gallery. This gallery here is actually let's do our good deed for the day first. How about that? You find any trouble to get into around here? Ah, there we go. And where have you gone? Oh dear. There he goes. Alright, well, if you notice, Christopher Street is a little bit disheveled today here in Metropolis. We are off Christopher Street in the village section of Metropolis, the Greenwich Village section of Metropolis. And there are a lot of art galleries, a lot of studios here. So I thought we would actually take a look at one of Metropolis's Greenwich Village studios here on Christopher Street for Pride Month. Let's go inside. And you can see we are here in the Stonewall Gallery. Titticaca had to remove his cape. Capes and Rex Harrison hats are not allowed in the gallery, as people were getting into arguments and hitting each other with them and whipping each other with them. So, no capes in the Stonewall Gallery. Welcome to the gallery. Like Harry Potter staircases, the images in the gallery will move and change. The first thing that you'll notice is, well, why is he showing us a video that doesn't have 700 items in it? I am. Look at how nice and clean the floor looks, though. I think that looks absolutely fantastic. Each one of these paintings conveys a feeling. And we're just going to slowly kind of move through them. I came up with this idea from a particular idea that I had later in the base. I'm actually having to do with Art Deco. So for those of you who understand Art Deco, you might have some inkling in some of the paintings actually what's happening. This one's quite interesting. Everything changes so much in it. I see everything from Native American tapestries to kimono to kind of twisting spires to children's rooms to libraries. you know, tatami rooms and uchikake and things like that. It's really quite interesting to look at. I've actually reproduced it somewhere else in the base where you can sit in a chair and just look at it to your heart's content. This piece over here actually celebrates a favorite artist of mine, and I've actually used Kahlo Tech here because it is biomechanoid, and that artist is H.R. Giger. I've always respected his work. He created the Alien figure for the Ridley Scott movies and that franchise, etc. And if you can notice, I think there's quite a bit of that nod here in all of the Kahlo stuff. That really looks quite biomechanoid. Over here, it's just a private seating area. There's nothing really particularly special about it. This piece here I love. It makes me think of the Netherlands. It makes me think of Greenland. It makes me think of Iceland. And for some reason it kind of makes me think of telemetry. You know, like old forms or older forms of communication. Notice for yourself what it stimulates in you. You might find something completely different. It might be Hawaii to you. This piece would have issues staying together if it was not for the dark sections in the center. And let's go through this deco hallway here. It's the future of deco, as it were. When you suit into these, you actually experience those scenes behind them. So this, you would have an experience of what it would be to be in a suit with radiation. This in the subarctic. And this in a sewer. As you see over here, if you watched my first video, I like to make a beautiful frame for something that I think is beautiful. And I think the diner wall clock is absolutely gorgeous. So again, I wanted to make a suitable frame for it. And over here is another piece. It may speak for itself. I can't actually really speak to it or for it. This piece right here on the column is called The Wink. There's a chair and a Victrola in front of it. That item is actually for sale. You can check at the front desk. This is a reproduction. This is what I was talking about earlier when we're at the beginning of the exact same thing. This right here is called Metropolis Burning. And it's actually a corner piece, so for you to have it in your home, you actually have to have a corner to accommodate it. The artist will be there, so no cheating. This right here is called the Crab. And this is the main piece at the Stonewall Gallery. This is the OoZoO. This is a combination of all of the pieces in the gallery. It's basically like taking all of the paints or all of the chocolates in the box and mixing them up. So if you notice yourself feeling or experiencing everything at the same time, well, that is Stonewall OoZoO. If you look to the right, you would think that these are really quite nondescript, but they really are quite powerful pieces. If you look, they're like a comic shaded material. They're like a 1930s detective movie. Not sure if they quite look Steamboat Willie, but yeah, not quite Mickey Mouse. I think more shaded European artist. And as we work our way up, this piece is just called Atlantis. One of the lights has actually gone out on the War Magic skull. That happened on the broker. The broker price for the item was $4.2 million, and so it actually just turned off at what a ridiculous price. Over here, this piece looks like it makes no sense, but to people who actually saw my first base of Branthar, it makes a lot of sense. I'm not going to say the name of the base here because it's too offensive. But this piece of art was created in the basement of it because we just received the standard toilet. And I thought, well, why not put it to a relevant use? So there is a standard toilet, a cage, pizza boxes, one of which has been opened. There is toilet paper. There is a black luxurious chair, and I think it's time for us, as they have probably already 86'd, we are going to 86 out of there. This is a standalone piece. And this piece here is a different type of a pastiche of all of the different ones. This is a timeline of all of the feelings that you've experienced throughout your journey here. And this here is the culmination of all of that. If you notice, the arrows are telling us to move forward. This piece here is called The Twins. It has been here since Titticaca landed on this planet. There was something so whimsical and fun about it that I just thought it was important to keep, just in itself. And these are all various pieces. I'm not going to talk about all of them because some of them are very similar. I would like to talk about this one though. This is my favorite piece in the base. It has a symmetry and asymmetry to it that I don't think I've really achieved in any of the other ones in terms of patterns that I recognize, that I find particularly pleasing in it. And we're going to pop down on the ground, take a look at some more art from the ground floor. And then we can climb up into the center of this piece. It's really quite large. It fills the entire wall. If you want to count the corners, you can count the screens on it. And then this piece is also really quite large as well. I mean, if you look at Titticaca, even a large toon would still look pretty small in relationship to this. Alrighty, we're going to come back down onto the ground. And down here is the bottom floor, and this actually is handicap access back up to the upper floor and the floor above that. And this goes down to the curator's office and the archives. So we're going to go back around here. And yes, that is an Art Deco column. I love this very small space in here for somebody just to sit with their friends and put their feet into a Zen garden and just relax. I think there's something that's really special about that. Over here, you notice this is Titicaca's armory. He is renting it. Um, both of these works of art are for sale. This is his scooter, and this is his. This is sort of like his little secret name among his friends, OoZoO. He doesn't actually have that name because someone with a level 1 character with 5 SP has had it for the last 10 years. But that is his special little name. And as we turn around here, this is actually wallpaper. This is a wallpaper that was created for the event. So you can see there's really some quite nice colors in it. I am a little bit disappointed, and it's a very odd thing to notice in the last week or two. But those panels have dimmed. This was a beaming, flashing wall of light when I created it. And for some reason, these particular Thanagarian panels, if you've noticed, they've grayed out. They're not that same bright color as the other ones. So after all of my work, it looks so good, and yet for some reason, some kind of strange bug has happened. And then here is our uneventful but end to our journey. I used to have a welcome sign up here, and a friend of mine, when he saw it, he says, "You know, it's so disturbing. You see all these fist punching, and then there's this welcome sign." Anyway, so that is our tour of the Stonewall Gallery. The OoZoO will only be here physically for the next 2 weeks until June 28th, I believe. And then it's going. However, a recording of this will always be on YouTube for as long as I am around, or for as long as YouTube is around, I guess, which will probably be a lot longer than me. Anyway, I had a really great time showing you guys the OoZoO and the Stonewall Gallery, and I will see you guys next time. Have a great Pride week, month, whatever it is. Enjoy your multiverse. I'll see you guys next time. Bye-bye.